Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video. I hope that you're all having a really wonderful Wednesday thus far. And so of course I'm going to be taking you through the latest in terms of what is happening across the region. There is still quite some activity down in the vicinity of northern South America that is going to be inducing a lot more rainfall as we head throughout today. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. And so, of course, as usual, let's go ahead and kickstart with the satellite imagery. So looking at the region here, we can see that there isn't too much happening generally across the Caribbean. There are pretty much dry conditions being prevalent across most of the basin. But as we take a look down into the vicinity of northern South America, here we are seeing that there is still so much convective activity. Of course, the more colorful this map looks here, we're looking at more convective activity, which means more rainfall, more thunderstorms. And so this has been consistent for some time now and has been inducing flooding in some areas, including Trinidad. And I'm quite sure that there has definitely been some flooding down in Guyana, French Guiana, and Suriname as well. And so all this activity is going to remain in the region and is expected to move out as we're going to be heading into this weekend. So if you've been longing for this rainfall to ease up a bit, then there is some good news for you guys. But looking in the vicinity of Trinidad this morning, we can see here that it's really just some cloud cover, maybe accompanied by some showers, but not seeing any thunderstorms at the moment developing over the area. And so as we look at the rest of the Lesser Antilles, going back to this other wider map here, we can see that there is some activity moving toward the east, not a whole lot going on for the Eastern Caribbean, maybe some stray showers here and there and overcast conditions. But going to the Northern Caribbean, it's mainly clear, beautiful sunshine for most of us. Going over to the most westerly side of the region in Central America, Belize, the Yucatan, you guys are in the clear, beautiful sunshine this morning. We see some activity developing just in the vicinity of Honduras, El Salvador, and even sections of northwestern Nicaragua. Same story just off the Pacific coast of Costa Rica and Panama. We can see that little cluster of some thunderstorm activity. But aside from that, it's beautiful across the Caribbean. But of course, we're going to be focusing on all that convective activity down in northeastern South America. And so I mentioned earlier that there was some flooding seen in Trinidad, and so here we have some videos and images. I'm going to be linking my source down in the description of this video so you can go ahead and watch the full thing. And so guys, please ensure to take all necessary precautions as you go out today, and in the case of any heavy rainfall event, please take all necessary precautions. Do not attempt to cross flooded roadways because of course that inundation can be very, very dangerous. So it's best to turn around, don't drown. So please stay safe, guys, and I'm praying that everyone is okay right now in Trinidad despite the weather that took place. But let's now go ahead and look at what the models have to show in terms of the rainfall that is expected throughout today. And we're looking at the icon model first, and so we can see that icon is showing quite a bit of rainfall for the southeastern Caribbean, the Windward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, of course, and then going into parts of Guyana, French Guiana, and Suriname. And even where we have those purples down in French Guiana, that is representing some higher rainfall totals. So isolated flooding definitely likely as we're going to be heading throughout today. As we look at the GFS model, GFS is showing that there is going to be a more extensive area of that, those higher rainfall totals, rainfall amounting to probably over 3 inches or so, and that can definitely trigger quite a bit of flooding, especially a large volume of rainfall activity within a short time span that can result in some intense flash flooding, guys. And so for the rest of the region, we're seeing that the expected rainfall contrasts what is expected down in northern South America. And also going to Colombia, we see that a lot of rainfall is expected there as well, not seeing a whole lot expected for Venezuela. However, going to the Euro model, Euro is actually showing that there will be a lot less rainfall across the Eastern Caribbean and northeastern South America, as we can see that there are lower totals. But as we take a look at the Eastern Caribbean, we're seeing that the Euro is expecting that there will be a bit more rainfall compared to the GFS and ICON. And I'm sure that many of us would love some rainfall activity, but just not enough to result in widespread flooding, because of course that puts lives and people's property at jeopardy. But that is what is happening, guys, and whenever there is such events, we just have to be cautious. We just have to take the necessary precautions to protect ourselves and our loved ones as best as possible. And so that is pretty much it for this update video, and of course I'm going to be keeping you posted, and I hope that you found this to be quite informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I will try to respond as best and as soon as I can, and of course remember to always be weatherwise.